What's up? Welcome to TrailMixed podcast episode 15.
Yeah, 15.
1-5.
Yeah.
Where is the time gone?
I don't know.
Yeah,
What was that, like 3 months?
something like that.
A little bit over?
Yeah.
How's it going?
Pretty good. How's it going with you?
Pretty good.
Yeah. Great, if you will.
Yeah.
No.
Why is it great?
Because we are in the process of purchasing a home.
We are.
Yeah. We've decided since, let me say. We've decided since our lease is up this year.
Yeah.
And we had some dollars in the bank, we would apply for a home loan.
A little bit of dollars.
Yeah. And interest rates are really low right now.
Really low.
So that's a perk.
Yeah.
And so we're like, I guess we'll just see what's out there.
Mm-hmm.
Because the lady who manages this property, she sucks.
She's something.
She kind of sucks. And she was making it difficult for us to just simply renew the lease. So we were like, okay, we're just going to see what's out there. And we applied for a home loan. And we got approved.
Surprisingly, we got approved.
Yeah, and it was a really easy process.
They out here just giving children home loans.
That's what we were saying. They out here dropping home loans to kids.
Yeah.
We're young, if you didn't know.
Yeah.
I'm 26.
I turned 28 this year.
Yeah, so you're going to be 28 in a couple months.
Yeah.
And so we're like, hey, let's see what's good.
And we got approved with a very low interest rate and for what we asked for.
Mm-hmm.
Number-wise. And we started looking.
Yeah, so funny story. When we first got approved for a home loan, the bank we went through, they were like, hey, if you use our realtors, we'll give you 2%? 1% off of closing costs. So we're like, oh, that's hot. That's great. So we're like, okay, let's go with their realtors. Let's see what they have available. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I want to go with someone black. Like, that was my thing. Like, we're going to support our people because we out here and we got to do what we got to do.
Yeah.
So I was like, I want someone black. So we finally, the realtor company concierge finally contacted Sage and was like, we want to hook you up with some realtors. And Sage goes, what'd you tell him?
So he called and he was like, so we can hook you up with this and this. Do you have any preferences? I was like, yes, we just want someone minority. And then he's like, oh, yeah, this and that. I was like, well, someone black. Like, preferably. Like, we want to support black business, black entrepreneurs. He's like, I feel you. I'm the same way, this and that. So he sends me a list of 3 people. And tell me why I get 2 white ladies and then a Mexican guy.
I don't even know if he was Mexican.
Latino
He
guy.
was just
Sorry.
ambiguously something. Like, he looks like he was maybe white and mixed with Hispanic. Like, that's what you can, perceivably, that's what he looked like.
Yeah. So I called the guy back. I was like, hey, look, I know I said we wanted someone black right now, but you didn't send me anything black.
The worst part is that he paraded this guy as half black.
Yeah, he said, he's like, yeah, I got half black or mixed. Are you okay with that? I was like, yeah, sure. No. So I called him. I was like, look, I know we talked and I wanted someone black. Like right now, he's like, yeah, I get it. I'm a Puerto Rican from Queens. I feel the same way. I was like, okay, that has nothing to do with what I just said, but sweet. Tell me why he sends me another list with the same guy as the first one, and then 2 Latino guys. And then he calls me right after he emailed me, and he's like, well, I just wanted to get in touch with you. We don't have much representation in Vegas and that area. We have 17 people total in the state. And I was like, so this is his way of saying they ain't got no diversity.
Yeah.
So we didn't go with them.
Yeah, so my mom has a friend, well, I guess a coworker or colleague she used to work with a few years ago, and she left the company and got her real estate license. And she would contact my mom like every once in a while and be like, if you know anybody who's looking for a house, here's my contact. And my mom like just held on to the contact information for a long time. And then my mom was like, you can go with Starla. Well, that's her name. Don't look her up. I mean, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So, and I was like, perfect. So my mom gives me her contact information and we've been working with her and she's phenomenal.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah, you have to, what do you call it? Support people who look like me, black women.
Yeah, support them.
So I was super excited. She's been an amazing help up until this point. She specializes in first-time home buyers, which is phenomenal.
Which is what we are.
Hence, we are first-time home buyers.
I feel like every step of the way she's gone above and beyond. With looking for places, getting information about new construction, really listening to what we want and our nitpicks here and there. I mean, it is a huge purchase, so we're being a little more on the picky side.
Yeah. And she's like the first one to remind us of what we said.
Yeah, she's like, remember, you guys don't want this. We're like, this place isn't no.
But like keeping us on track while like helping us emphasize like the things that we really want.
Yeah.
And highlighting those in the process. And she's really good at communicating with us.
Yeah.
So I would say if you are looking to purchase a home for the first time, get a realtor who's willing to educate you.
Yeah.
Like we before we even started looking for homes, we had a consultation with her. She pretty much like we knew that we were gonna go with her, or we had a strong feeling that we were gonna go with her before we even met her. So she was like, "No, I want you to sit with me and you hire me.
Yeah.
You tell me if you want to work with me." She gave us her resume. She explained her process and how she go about helping people find their homes. And pretty much walked us through the whole process and what that looked like, and then gave us her expectations for herself.
Yeah, it was like an interview process. Like she was telling us her strengths, what she's good at, what she likes to see. Is really saying like it doesn't matter if we close in a month or a year. Like I just want to find you guys the right house, and I really feel that.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people can be talking situations like this, but you know, we'll walk into a house or come up. She's like, "Well, it has this. I know you guys don't like this, but it has this and this," and you know, she really pays attention, and I feel like she really cares, and there's a good relationship between us and the realtor, which is the number one thing.
Yeah, I would highly recommend that too.
Yeah.
Make sure that the realtor that you get is on your side.
Yeah.
Not just in it to line their pockets.
Yeah. Because, be real, when you sell, they making at least 10, 15, 20K. So let them work for their money. I'm just joking.
No, but like...
Yeah, like, I mean, it is a lot of time. Like, not only like what she's looking up, like for houses and information on new construction and whatnot, but, you know, a day of consulting, a day of looking at houses, being on call. I mean, we talked to her maybe 3-4 times a week, either through text, email, or call. And, you know, it's a stressful process, but a very important one to figure out all the little details. Yeah,
and I feel like at the beginning of it, I was really overwhelmed.
Me too. I was trying to rush at first. Like, I saw a resale place that I liked, so a house that was older that someone's reselling.
The first house we went to.
I was like, oh, this one's... And granted, that's still my favorite of the resale houses. But the more I looked, it's like, oh, this isn't like this isn't like this. And it's like, oh, maybe we should be really patient. Like, because we want to find what's right and what we want to spend our money on. And we don't want to have that buyer's regret 6 months in, like, oh, I don't like this. Or, I don't like this. So, what do you feel about the whole process so far?
Well, from the loan aspect, I feel like we did research. So we understood like the type of loans that were available to us, what we can get, and what we'd most likely qualify for. And I feel like we came down to picking something that we felt was best for us. It best fit our needs for what we're trying to do long term. So that part was, I feel, it set the tone. Like, we didn't go in like, we want to buy a house, someone teach us. No, we came in like, this is what we want. And even our realtors like, whoa, you guys have been studying. Like, you guys know what you want. We're like, yeah, between Google and HGTV, we know. We were able to piece together some knowledge. Yeah. So, and then the surprising part was how quick the pre-approval went through. Yeah. I feel like I was nervous. It only took, a week and a half, if even that. Even that, that second half week was really just giving all our information, W-2s, pay stubs, bank statements. Yeah. Like, which, that's the biggest headache, I think. Yeah. Just putting all your paper documents into either scanning them or putting them online, and that was just... And after collecting all the information, we found out really quickly whether or not we were going to be approved. And even our lender that helped us, she was really nice, really easygoing, let us know exactly what we can get. Answered our questions pretty quickly. She did try and trap us, though. She's like, yeah, you guys easily qualify this. You can go up to this. I was like,
I've seen my bank account. I don't know which one you looking at, but
right?
Ain't no way we can go that high. So it's like
we know what we bringing in and what we spending money on.
But then again, our monthly payment would have been like double, like over $2,300. I'm like, there's no way. No.
Especially because we plan to use it as investment property later. Who's really going to pay rent that high?
Yeah, and that's the thing. We're also going in we're not looking at buying our forever home.
Yeah, I think that was surprising for Starla as well.
Yeah, like we're either buying a house that we'll move out of later and rent this one out, or buy a place we really like now, but then in a few years buy other properties to invest, and then once we get more money, we'll buy something we really want and then rent this place out.
So the point is, we're not trying to break the bank on this house because we don't plan to have it for 30 years. Yeah. Or we don't plan to be living in it for 30 years.
Yeah. So we really want to start building investment properties in a portfolio.
Yeah. So with that, so the first thing that surprised me was how quickly the loan process went through. And getting approved, and the fact that we were able to obtain the lowest interest rate on the market right now on our first try was very shocking.
Because we got on the 15-year, we got 2.25%.
Yeah, which was the going rate for the state of Las Vegas. I mean, the state of Nevada.
Yeah.
So we were surprised about that. Low. Because
at first she quoted me 2.75. I was like,
under 3. We were surprised.
Under 3 is good. And then she actually sent the pre-qual letter, and it said 2.25. I was like, oh, they trying to give away houses.
That's what it seems like.
They trying.
Yeah, so that was the surprising thing about that. And then finding the next surprising thing that I don't know if this is surprising or we just happen to be fortunate that we found a realtor who's willing to educate us throughout the process and not rush us to fill their pockets.
Yeah.
Like we felt like we found somebody who is willing to work hard to meet our needs.
Yeah.
And that was really surprising. I don't know what I expected. I don't know what relationship I expected to gain from the realtor that we decided, whatever realtor we decided to go with, but it wasn't this.
No, not at all.
Yeah, because versus looking for a part, we've had interactions with realtors before, and it's more like, here's a list of properties, tell me which ones you want to go see, do you like it, not, do you want to sign, yes or no?
Yeah.
But that's the renting aspect. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be that much different because you're still,
I feel like it should be more personal with renting because you're not going to rent forever. So if you help someone get a nice place to rent, they're most likely able to most likely will return to you when they're trying to buy, which if she didn't have her realtor, I had someone that helped me find the place I'm renting now, who I liked a lot.
He was great.
He was a young guy, 20. He was probably a little bit younger than me.
Latino guy. Yeah. He was around our age.
Yeah, but it seemed like he was a real go-getter. He was talking about the process of getting his license, and he was like, it's just all at your pace. I got my license in a month or so, and then started doing all the paperwork, and he was really hustling to get.
Yeah, he was somewhere. Dedicated.
Yeah, so I liked him. So he would have been my first choice had not been for her mom's friend. So, just building that personal relationship is really important, especially for something like this. This isn't just buying something at Target. This is something $250,000, $500,000, however much you're gonna spend. It's gonna big purchase.
It alters your foreseeable finances for a very long time. Yeah.
It's just a little bit more rent, but you're actually owning something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're building equity, which is the main thing. Paying someone's rent, I've done it for 10 years already now. And it's just, that's 10 years. I could have been 5 years away from paying off a 15-year loan.
Yeah.
Or sold it and made $150,000. So it's something like that, and that's really the bottom line. It's just trying to build equity so in the future we have something to put our stamp on.
Absolutely. And when we decided to take the plunge to purchase, that was me coming to you and being like, I'm not here to pay anybody's mortgage anymore.
Yeah.
I'm over it.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, I guess we can start.
First of all, you ain't paying no rent, really, so.
Wow.
No, before moving in here.
I guess. But my mom was paying someone else's mortgage.
I know, but you paid rent for a whole 6 months.
Yeah. But I was over it in 6 months.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what?
Imagine
I don't think renting is for me.
No, not at all.
I was like, you trying to rub your pennies together because I'm trying to rub my pennies together and make $1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's been your favorite thing so far in this process?
I would say going to look at the houses, but I feel like the resales are really stressful.
Resales are stressful because it's just set in stone already. Like the one we really liked, we didn't like the orientation of the kitchen.
Yeah.
Like if this was the house, like the kitchen was just turned sideways, and then the other one was the living room was this way. It just didn't fit. So it's like
that's something we have no control over. Cannot be changed. We either take it
it'd be
or
a huge,
leave it.
Huge fix. You know what I mean? Like that's another $5-10K to move the kitchen.
Wired island moved.
Yeah.
Like,
and it had plumbing in it. So it's
that
just
would have been a whole feat.
You have to be picky, but that's the stressful thing. You walk into a house you really like, and then be like, "Oh, this one minor inconvenience."
How big is this minor inconvenience?
Yeah.
You know?
So,
like today, everything else seems glorious, but 10 years from now, how are we really gonna feel? Or 5 years from now, how are we really gonna feel?
Yeah. And that's the thing with resale. It's like, and then you don't know how far things away are from breaking. Like, you know, they say roof is worth 20 years.
Yeah.
So it's like if you're buying a 10, 15-year-old house, you're so close to having to start doing repairs. So
put your money away now.
Yeah.
Too. But yeah, so I would say that's kind of stressful. I don't know what it was about it, because I'm like, oh my god, like, what if this is the only options we have? Like, what if we don't find something that fits all of our needs, and we're stuck fixing people's things that they just felt wasn't worth fixing before they sold their home?
And that's why,
like, that was the thing that got to me at first thinking about resales. But my favorite part, because that's what you asked me, right? My favorite part has been looking at like new construction.
And that's the thing. It's like with resale. Wait, what were you saying? I had something to say that I totally forgot.
About resale, minor inconveniences. We being stuck paying for something that they didn't have any, they didn't feel like fixing before they sold the home. Or
I don't know, I lost it.
Roofs, repairs.
I don't know. But yeah, that's the thing with, that's why I wanted to jump on that first resale we looked at.
Yeah.
Because it was, I would say like 85% exactly what we wanted. The backyard, the wall was literally chest height, and I'm like really looking over. Small. I want something at least taller. And then the kitchen island was turned the wrong way. I'm just gonna say the wrong way, but it's like every resale house we've looked at since then has been way less, like 50 or less %.
Yeah, far more disappointing.
One car garage or ugly. There was one house with carpet in the bathroom. Like step out the shower, carpet.
It was crazy. The only place that didn't have carpet was the toilet room.
Yeah.
And I was like, what were they thinking? So we'd have to gut the entire house of all of its carpet. We'd have to redo the kitchen almost completely, replace all of the doors.
Yeah, and that's why
paint the whole. Like, you better off just getting a new house. Like, and then the price on that house was ridiculous. No wonder it had been on the market for so long. But anyway, I digress.
But that's why it's like I wanted to jump on that first one because everyone after it has been rough. It's
like a nosedive.
Yeah. So it's between resale or new construction.
Yeah.
And new construction, in my opinion, the worst part about new construction is just cookie cutter houses.
Yeah.
Like it's literally you're in a block that's all the same within a community that's pretty much all the same. Or a variation
of 3 options.
The same.
But they're all the same.
Yeah. And then that neighborhood is in a community which is all the same, just townhouses, houses. Mm-hmm. And then it's like that's the worst part about it because I've never liked that. Like growing up in Hawaii, every house is different. You're on a big lot, like acre, half acre.
You were spoiled.
Yeah, and now it's
we
like
don't get that here.
But new construction, like it's brand new. Like your roof's got a while, plumbing's got a while.
And then if something happens in the home, the builders will take care of it.
Yeah,
and for X amount of years, you know.
Yeah, and it's like if it hasn't been built yet, like you can be like, oh, I want this, make it like this, and it's really when you move in. Not only is it turnkey, but it's yours. Like, you put your stamp on the same thing everyone else put their stamp on in the same neighborhood. But it's yours.
But it's yours with a little flair.
Yeah.
Like, you picked the floors, the cabinets, the paint color.
Yeah, you can put your upgrades. Reason. And upgrades are the only thing. So it's like you look at a resale house, and it's like, oh, I got to redo the floor, take out this wall, redo that. 20,000 you're already looking at. Or, in new construction, we saw a few options we liked with an enlarged island. You know, it's 2,000. They quoted us. Early quote was like 2,000. You know, just making a separate shower and tub, a few thousand. Gourmet kitchen, and it's like, would you rather 10, 20,000 of upgrades or 10, 20,000 of fixes in a house that doesn't have your stamp of individuality? So that's like what we're going with now.
Yeah, that's what we're looking at.
So.
I feel like, I don't know. Can we talk about upgrades for a second? I mean, can we talk about new construction for a second?
Yeah.
They sell you a dream of
They
these
do.
prices being like so reasonable.
Like say it's like $250, like,
So
and there's
reasonable.
3 different options, and the options are really only the front of your house.
Literally the face of your building.
So like for one, it's like 250, 256, 252 are the 3 options.
Mm-hmm.
That's the base. But the model homes aren't base houses.
No.
The models got $20,000 worth of upgrades.
Mm-hmm.
So
And they don't even tell you this.
No.
They leave a little card on the kitchen island that says modeled home displays upgrade options
Yeah.
or something to that effect. And you're like, oh, okay, whatever. But when our realtor comes in, she's like, I tell her, like, oh, are there any upgrades we should be aware of? She's like, absolutely. Those cabinets are an upgrade. Your island is an upgrade.
Yeah.
This tiled floor is an upgrade.
Yeah.
Oh, go upstairs. Oh, this bathroom is an upgrade. The height looks high. It might be an upgrade.
Yeah. And it's little things like
those
the paint.
lights is an upgrade. Oh, this paint color swatch. It's not one of the
It's not even the colors.
basic colors.
Quality
Oh yeah,
of
the
paint.
quality paint.
Yeah, like the better paint, like
Mhm.
higher cabinets. Like in the bathroom, I want it a little bit higher because we're
Yeah.
both over 5'11". Are you 5'11"?
I'm 5'11".
Okay. But
We're both
and then,
tall. That's
yeah.
the point.
Or it's like, here's an island that's literally the length of a sink, like 2 feet.
Mhm.
Or you can get one that's 3 feet added on that. Or it's like, and it's just little things, flooring, yeah, paint color, and
Yeah.
it's like then it racks up to 10,000-20,000. But the argument is, do you want to put $10,000-20,000 into a brand new home where everything is brand new, or $10,000-20,000 of new renovations on a 10-year-old house
Yeah.
to make it your own?
And then the price will probably end up being around the same
around
amount.
the same, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so my point is these model homes, they sell you a dream. So don't fall into that trap.
Go with a realtor.
Exactly. Don't go by yourself.
Yeah.
We found that out really quickly. And then like they don't want to tell you stuff.
No.
They're
Like,
like,
we
well, what upgrades are you asking prices for?
Well, I can give you a
range or a
It's
ballpark.
like a cable guy between $1,000 and $7,000.
Yeah. And we're like, what? Like why is this classified information?
And our realtor was asking, they're like, oh, you gotta get with the lenders and the managers, I guess, who's selling the house, and they'll go through it with you. And it's like, here's the upgrade, but do you want the upgrade with these cabinets or those cabinets? So that's
Right.
a $1,500 difference. And-
Exactly.
but it's brand new. Like, you're putting money into something that's brand new, and that's my thing.
Yeah.
The only thing with new construction townhomes is there's no yard.
No.
Like, the only outdoor space is the front porch that you can fit a table and 2 chairs on. Like, that's the only thing.
Yeah.
So, it's a lot of decision making.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of talking it over with each other.
Mm-hmm.
You really find out how strong you are as a couple when you're buying the house.
Absolutely.
Or new purchases. Like,
Yeah, because
not
there's
that
like a
we've-
lot of little things that need to be ironed out.
Yeah. And I feel like we're pretty much on the same page with most of it. The only thing is, like, especially at resale houses, she'll be like, the wall color, that's a no. I was like, looks great. Like, it's just a normal color. She's like, it's mint chocolate chip, or it's lime green, or it's, I mean, I can tell lime green, but it's like, she'll call out the wall color. I was like, oh, yeah. I didn't know.
It's because you're colorblind.
I know.
So you don't see those things.
But for the most part.
But with walls, you can paint.
Yeah. For the most part, we're pretty much on the same page with what we want. Little things here and there.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah. I mean, we looked at new construction yesterday, and new construction is pretty nice.
It is.
Minus the cookie cutter aspect of it, but it's like.
But you get a lot of amenities in your communities.
Yeah. This
which
one
is
is
a
like.
perk.
It's like, I don't know if you've ever seen Weeds, but like it's like aggressive. Like they have their own parks in there, their own schools. It's literally a city within a city, which is it's
like
kind of
4
nice.
blocks or something.
Yeah,
and
it's kind of nice. Like, and when we move in, all the parks will be new. The school is gonna be built, so it will be new.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like when a school is built, house prices will probably go up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it's like
That's true.
yeah. So
Yeah. So that's what we're thinking about. But to be the devil's advocate with new home builds, we did go and view one builder who literally their thing is like what you see is what you get. Like there's no surprises. So not all new builds are like, oh, so here's the base price, but if you want this model we're showing you, you need to invest $50,000 in upgrades.
yeah.
But yeah, this one, like, literally, what you can choose your colors, but there's no surprise prices.
Yeah, you get one of two cabinet options, one of two floor options, which I like that. Like, this is what it's going to look like minus the color of certain things. And then we went to one where it's every little thing is an upgrade.
Yeah,
you know
it was like night and day.
Yeah.
And it's too bad that the one that what you see is what you get, we didn't like it as much.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with the builder, the quality of the home. It was really beautiful.
It's just,
but it just wasn't for us.
No, and the style of the outside of that house is all over Vegas.
It's so common.
Like, we have an email alert that every time a new house pops up, and I swear, like, 2 out of every 5 houses that pop up is that style.
Yeah, that same, like, that builder has been peddling this model for at least a decade now.
Like, we've went through at least 160, 170 resale homes, and I would say 40, 50 of them are that same style.
Yeah.
And it just looks weird. Like, the front is a single car garage, double, and it's 3 units in one building.
Yeah.
It's weird that it's all 3 different units. Like, it's the smallest with the 1 car, then the 2-car garage in the middle size, and then it's just weird.
It's just weird. And but it was interesting seeing, like, a model version of that. Because at first, like, literally when it comes up on our alerts that one is available, we just scan it because we know that that's not what we want.
And we told our realtor, oh, we don't like those. She's like, why? We're like, they're everywhere. She's like, so what do you like about it? I was like, well, we don't know. We'll go look at it, but we just don't like that it's everywhere. Yeah,
like the commonality of it.
Because then it's like when you're thinking about resale later, or renting out, like, people are going to look at it and be like, same thing we're doing. Like, oh, that's everywhere. That's
it's
just
another one of those.
Another one of those. And that's not what you want when you're selling a house.
So
granted, the inside should woo them, but if it's not wooing us, like...
Yeah. It was beautiful, but it didn't overdo the one that we really liked.
No. And the thing...
Like, and it's crazy that... we were looking at townhomes, the new builds that we were looking at are townhomes. So it's really interesting how much space you can get in a townhome. Like, you can get more space in a townhome than you can get in a single family home. That's like at least $50,000 more expensive.
Well, these townhomes we were looking at...
By the new builders.
Yeah, the townhome that they tacked on extra for everything. The biggest townhome was 1,800 and some square feet. No backyard, no outdoor space. Then the cheapest of the homes, single family homes, were about $260, the same price, but like 1,500 square feet. And my argument today was, do you want that 300 square feet and trade that in for some outdoor space so you can have a little backyard of your own, and, you know, for an animal or for a grill, or in my case a jacuzzi, something like that. And 2, in a cookie cutter place like that where it's new builds and whatnot, do you want the most expensive of the houses around you or the cheapest of the houses around you? Because we're looking at the most expensive with the second biggest or the biggest townhome, or the smallest single family home.
Yeah.
And if prices rise, the cheapest home will be a better resale or re-rent than the biggest or the most expensive townhome.
Yeah.
So that's...
But then I feel like...
But I feel like the more square foot, or the more... I don't want to say more expensive, but the more expensive the build is, the less upgrades we're getting.
Yeah.
Like, the cheapest model we're looking at, we want at least 2 or 3 upgrades. But the most expensive townhome, we're only looking at 1 upgrade.
Yeah. So, because you get more bang for your buck.
Yeah.
With the design itself in the bigger one than you get with the littler one.
The main upgrade we're getting is separate shower and tub, depending on how big the tub is. And then for the cheaper one, that's the only one we want in the bigger one, with the gourmet kitchen being like the dream option, which is just a stovetop and then a double oven. But then in the smaller one, we want the shower bath separate, and then we want the enlarged island, which the enlarged island is huge. Like, it's literally 2 islands.
It's an island and a bar.
Yeah.
A breakfast bar.
So, but that option isn't available in the bigger square foot.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
So that's the thing with new builds, is they have so many options, and you get sidetracked. Like, yeah, those are 2 main ones, but then what about paint color? What about cabinet height?
What about the floors? Like, what about... It's like the little things.
But then floors, it's like you can do the aftermarket. Like, after you're in there, you can have someone just redo the floor.
An idea.
No,
yeah, that's what a big tip we got from our realtor. It was like, look at the bare bones and consider getting it with no upgrades first, and then consider the things you absolutely cannot live without, and then upgrade those. Because you get the better bang for your buck that way.
Yeah, even the separate shower and bath, we don't need that because the second bathroom would have
It has
bath.
a tub in it.
And if we want to take a bath, just go in there. You know what I mean? So it's not a necessity, but it's a desire, and it's something that would add to the value of a resale. You know what I mean?
Because they're hard to find. Like, you can tell, like, we've been to a lot of resales, and you can tell that they were once upon a time cookie cutter, and they chose to have the shower bath, you know? And they're hard to come by because people, I guess, don't value or think to just upgrade their homes that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what do you think you've learned so far through this process?
That I'm still a child and this is a big move. I've learned that every little decision counts. Whether it be things you want or don't want in the house, or like if you don't want something and you see that something you don't want in the house, you won't like the house.
Yeah.
Like we've walked up to houses with 1-car garages and we already just don't want it. Or we've walked in and seen something we really liked and kind of put blinders on for the rest of the house.
That's mostly with the resale.
Yeah, and then just working as a team. Like, I feel like we're doing all right so far. I mean, we're pretty similar on what we want in the house, but it's not just like you going out and buying a new car and you're the one driving it, so it's your choice. Like, you have to talk it over and compromise, and that's the biggest one is communication between the two of us and with the realtor. But talking about what we like, what we didn't like, what we would want to see from a different house.
Yeah. And I was going to say with the communication between us, I don't know, once again, I don't know if this is a luxury or something that you should expect from your realtor, but make sure your realtor sees both of your visions. Yeah. Because we don't want, just because the louder one says what they want, she only wants to give the louder one what they want. Yeah. Does that make sense? No, because like just because you're louder doesn't mean your opinion matters more. Yeah. Like literally the other day, when we were going to go see the model homes, I wanted to go see the little one, even though we knew we weren't gonna purchase it. It wasn't anything that we wanted, but I'm just kind of person that wants to look at everything because I'm weird. And then she asked us, oh, so do you guys want to go and see that? And I go, yeah. And Sandra goes, no, it's fine. And I go, okay. And she goes, no. And then she's like, we can go look at it. So
we opened the front door. I was like, yeah, it's a no. Because you open the door, it's carpet and then stairs.
Yeah.
So the bottom floor is garage and nothing else. Then the top floor has the kitchen, the living room. I did like the layout. I liked the roommate style bedroom. So on one half of the house, it was a bedroom, no ensuite bath. Then the other room was a bedroom with an ensuite bath. Yeah. So I liked it, but yeah.
It was still fun to go look.
It was. It's nice looking.
But yeah, so have someone that will advocate for both of you, not just meet the needs of one person.
Yeah. Like we were watching House Hunters last night, and the realtor on there was saying you have to go to the extreme of both of them. Like a lot of those couples on that show just be on totally different pages and two different personalities. Yeah. Like we watched 4 in a row where we're like, these people don't know what the. Anyways, so like the realtor would go. The first house they look at is extreme side to one of the people. So one person liked it, and another person's like, no, this is stupid. This is the dumbest house. I don't know why you do this. And the second house is all the way to the other person's side, and another person's like, it's not modern, it's just old and this and that, and they're like, it's got character though. And then the third house is kind of a compromise. So I get that, but it's like you can't live in a house where one person's unhappy. Then it's gonna be like, oh, I didn't want that, you do it, or you paid more because I didn't want that, or you fix it, I didn't, you know what I mean? And it's like, but that's where being in a relationship gets difficult, is with big decisions like this, with children or marriage or buying a house or vacations, like all those big things. Like you got to get communication from the other person, so you're on the same page, so it's not one person's happy and the other one's not.
Absolutely. So,
and not just like one person can't be happy because just makes the other half pissed off and not want to help or not want to be involved. And
but so I completely agree with that. So like I said, I'm not sure if that's written in the description of realtors, but make sure you have someone that can advocate for both of you. It's not her job to sit and be your tabletop counselor by any means, or the person to be your tabletop counselor, but have them understand what you both need or want, and you know, kind of just not let the other one walk all over them.
Yeah, and she's
Kidding.
big
You
on
don't walk all over
communication
me.
too. Like she's like, okay, we left this house. Before we get to the next one, talk about it. What did you like? What didn't you like? What you want to see? What you would have to change? And
Yeah, like making sure that we're both on the same page.
yeah, we're like, girl, we got this.
We got this.
We be talking.
We be talking.
But yeah, it's a big step. We're both going back and forth. Like, we ready? We not ready?
Right?
It's a big step.
They just giving loans to kids these days.
Yeah, but I mean, you gotta take that next step sooner or later, and much rather take it sooner.
Yeah.
You know, if you take that step 5 years sooner, that's 5 years closer to paying off a house.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's, if you're not, then you're 5 years closer to your landlord paying off their house. You know what I mean? And just then, say you're in the house for 13 years and you have a 15-year loan and you want to move, you can sell it and you only owe what, 40, 50K at most on the house, and you make $100,000, $200,000
Yeah.
cold hard cash.
Cold hard cash.
And then you can go and put a down payment on either one new place and have a lot of savings, or 4 new places and rent out 3.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's like big decisions and big moves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Me too.
Yeah. The Rona out here, but these interest rates is low.
Low.
They low.
I'm hoping people get desperate and just start dropping houses. I'm waiting for a house with a pool.
Yeah.
Ain't none out here for sale in our price range. They're all older houses.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Unless we want a pool, but the house is going to be made in 1955.
Yeah, like we found 2 pools with houses in our price range, but they're built in 75 and 85. It's like, bro, that's a whole generation ago.
Yeah.
But that generation ain't have Google, so they don't know what they're doing when they're building houses.
And both of us are not equipped to deal with repairs at this point in our lives.
We're
not
equipped. Even close to being handy.
No.
I can
and
fix
we
the
not
basics.
even close to having enough money in our bank accounts to be calling people at the middle of the night for them to come and fix it.
We got down payment money, not renovation money.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're not in that ballpark just yet. But
But
I don't know.
It's going to be a journey.
It is going to be a journey.
Hopefully
for
a good one with a great ending. We find what we want.
Yes.
But
reasonable price.
Yeah, and something we're happy with. Something we walk in and we're like, we're home. Or something, not even that wow factor, but just that hominess. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think we've almost found it.
I found it with one resale, but like I said, it was like 85% what we wanted. We had to do a few things, but those few things were small.
Yeah.
But, just being happy with it. You're going to live in it for either 50 years or 5 or 10 years, but even that's a long time. So,
yeah.
So,
I'm excited.
It's going to be a journey, and keep you guys updated if you want.
Yeah, let us know if you're at all interested in this.
Yeah, I mean, this is
more for us.
A learning experience for us, and we just want to share what we can with people so they're not blind or lost going into a big purchase or buying a home or whatnot. Even renting, like, you want to find something you're happy in. Like, if you paying someone else's mortgage, you better be happy with it.
Right.
So.
But yeah, if you guys have any recommendations for first-time home buyers, let us know.
Yeah.
We want to learn.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know by far. We are not even close to knowing everything that we need to know.
No.
But I feel like we're on the right track and we have support where we need it. But I'd like to learn, If you have any experience with new builds, that'd be helpful too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm excited.
Me too.
But yeah, thank you for listening to us ramble.
Yeah, about buying a home.
Yeah.
And if you have any questions, let us know, or any comments or pieces of advice.
Absolutely.
We's listening.
We are.
Yeah.
Yeah. So catch you on the flippity flop, folks.
We hope you guys have a great week.
Yeah. We'll see you maybe next week.
Yeah.
I don't know.
See how busy we are.
Yeah.
It's kind of a time-consuming adventure, so we'll be around.
We'll be around.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.